a retro gamer and hobbyist artist with a lot of nerve. Crowlister, the master opponent. Hi guys, Crowlister here with a Nintendo 64 Retro Let's Play. In this video, I'll be doing Mario Kart 64, every cup in 150cc with Yoshi. So, enjoy. This is being played on Nintendo 64, Nintendo Classics on NS2 expansion pack. So, here we go. As you can see, I got the special, different title screen for beating the game already. So yeah, we're gonna do 150cc, the expert mode. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do all cups in succession, and at the end of every cup, up to the special cup, I will skip the award ceremony, just to save like a minute from the final video. So I'll only show the award ceremony intermission after the special cup. I'll stop to show you the score of each round, though. So, the first race in the Mushroom Cup, Luigi Circuit, or Luigi Raceway, as the international version of the game calls it, is easy. As the first course should be. The Nintendo 64 just has basically pictures of all the characters racing, because of hardware limitations, which is alright. And the way turning works is a little bit different from other Mario Karts as well. And power slide turboing can be a little bit tricky in this game. Just a little. The CPU is pretty stupid in this specific Mario Kart game. Though, if you're really far away from, like, shells and banana peels, etc., they'll have no effect on them if they're far away. CPUs usually throw banana peels at you of any kind of item, and they can get the lightning on rare occasions. No blue spiny shells, no red shells either, I'm pretty sure. So, the CPU is kind of fair and also kind of cheats simultaneously in this game, as weird as that may sound. It's definitely a lot easier to play through and more bearable to play through than Mario Kart World is turning out to be. Grand Prix in Mario Kart World is fun. Knockout Tour is not. I think a lot of us can agree on that. Knockout Tour is, like, ludicrous with how hard it is in 150cc. And 3-starring it is pretty much impossible. So I thought I'd play a more relaxing older Mario Kart game for a YouTube Let's Play while I'm still struggling in Knockout Tour. While I have the will to play the game. At the end of every race, you get points based on your position. First place is 9 points, second place is 6 points, third place is 3 points, and fourth place is 1 point. Everyone else zilch. After all 4 races are done, the player with the most points is the winner. So it doesn't matter if you come in first in all 4 races, you just have to have the most total points at the end. And just for the record, I am using save states just because I'm a casual player and just want to get a decent video of it. Though I didn't actually need to use save states specifically for the Mushroom Cup. So we got Moo Moo Farm, which is pretty simple, except for the parts with the Monty moles. If you're not careful, they can screw you over. Dang it. Wow. I'll catch up. They say Yoshi. I was in second place, and I got the lightning. In other Mario Kart games, you can only get the lightning if you're in last place. What the heck? They say Yoshi is like the fastest character in the game, him and Peach. So, they're the characters more people use in Mario Kart 64 than any other. And it kinda helps that Yoshi is like my favorite Mario character anyway. The only problem with Yoshi is that, for some reason, he's very light. In this game, he's literally the second lightest character, only above Toad. And so he gets pushed around a lot by all the other characters besides Toad. Different characters have different attributes based on the kind of noise that their kart's engines make while they drive. So now we're in Koopa Beach, which is pretty fun in this game. Yeah, if you hit a wall while using the mushroom in this game, you lose your turbo. So, be careful about that. Cool little shortcut that I just so happen to know. No voice acting for Yoshi in this game. He just has what I like to call his Pokemon cry. From Super Mario World on the SNES. The first game to use Kazumi Totaka, Yoshi's voice actor, was Yoshi's Story, and they reused that in Super Smash Bros. And games moving forward, most of them. Yoshi's voice also sounds a lot higher pitched in Mario Kart World than it does in older games. Did he get a new voice actor as well? I know Kevin Afghani took over Charles Martinet's role of the Mario Quartet, and I didn't pay attention to the credits in Mario Kart World, so, yeah. Yoshi got crabs. Like it matters, I'm so ahead in the lead anyway. Also, if you drive into the palm trees here, they will spin you out and bring you to a complete stop, so you have to be careful not to run into them. And getting under the water while it's in high tide will slow you down a lot, also. Gotta love the retro Koopa Troopa shaped rock right there. Calamari Deserts. Let's do this. We're gonna purposely lose the lead and see if I can get 3 mushrooms. That's acceptable, I guess. I like to use Speed Booster power-up by dropping my position so I can get past the train, since ordinarily you have to wait for it on both crossings on the first lap. They programmed it to be that way. And, unfortunately, Toad got quite ahead, so I'm gonna have to catch up with him. You have to be careful about aiming the red shells in this game, since they shoot in front of you where they're at instead of just in the center, and you can mess them up easily. Red shells and revolving green shells also cannot be fired backwards in Mario Kart 64, like they can in later games. There we go. Mario Star, Luigi's, Yoshi! Also, I find it kind of weird that the Yoshi sign shows Yoshi's bare footprint, even though he literally never makes an appearance without any kind of shoes on. Except for one case in a Japan-only activity book. Just thought that's kind of interesting. Dang it, Toad. The billboards were originally supposed to be parodies of real-life products. And they scrapped that in the final game, first of all, because of licensing issues, and second of all, because one of the products they chose was one that makes cigarettes, which is not an appropriate reference for a children's game. That's also why they changed the billboards in all non-arcade versions of the Namco game pole position, including Arcade Archives. So there's a clean sweep in the Mushroom Cup. The easy cup, mind you. Alright, so let's do the Flower Cup. Toad's Turnpike in Mario Kart 64 is a little bit scary, because it's very easy to run into the traffic cars. Especially in mirror mode, where they go in reverse. You're gonna wreck left, right, and center if you play this course in mirror mode. Or extra, as this game calls it. I mean, why do you think I'm playing 150cc and not extra? Duh. A golden mushroom? Eh. Like I said, the CPU's not that smart in this specific Mario Kart game. And you can get hit with lightning, though it doesn't happen nearly as often as it does in later Mario Kart games. I got a Boo, which got me a green shell. Nah, at least I can drag that behind me and ram it into someone that tries to pass me. Sorry, Luigi, had to happen. Wow, Bowser snuck up on me with a Boo. Dang it, hit the nap heal. And then I accidentally released my red shell. I'll catch up. I'll catch up. I got a superstar. Remember that the superstar increases your movement speed on top of making you destroy whatever you touch, and allow you to go fast on off-road terrain. I didn't hit a single car, legitimately, and that was with no rewinds. Nice. For Rape Snowland. This one's a bit tricky because of the snowmen if you're not good at steering. I really focused during this recording, so that was good. Mario Kart 64 was the first Mario Kart I ever properly owned. Initially getting it on my Wii back in the day as Virtual Console. And I actually played a similar game called Crash Team Racing before any Mario Kart game back on the PlayStation. And that game obviously takes inspiration from Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64. So I guess that kind of gives me a plus with how I would later do in this game, huh? Just a random bonus fact I thought I'd throw in about myself. Yes. Gotta love the snow sculptures of Yoshi and Mario on Frappe Snowland. Very nice touch. Well, that was better than I usually handle Frappe Snowland. Usually I hit the snowman at least once. Not in this recording. Oh, wow, I've never heard of this course before. Sarcasm, obviously. Choco Mountain's been reused more than any other course in the entire Mario Kart series. DS, Booster Course Pass, and now World. So, you know. Kinda get sick of repetition after a while, huh? On 50cc, this part has a side railing that prevents you from falling off the edge. However, in all the other game levels, the side railing is not there, and if you fall off, instead of getting dragged back on by Lakitu, you're just caught behind there, and then say goodbye to your chance of winning the race. So you have to be very careful. Sorry, Peach. Had to happen. I'm just decelerating or releasing the throttle to make the tight turn. I'll just use the revolving shells since it doesn't require me to hold the button to hold them. I'm just trying my hardest not to fall off. If Luigi didn't klutz on his own banana peel, I probably would have lost that round. So, yeah. Got Choco Mountain out of the way. Finishing up the Flower Cup is Mario Circuit, or Mario Raceway as this game calls it in English. So I steal a banana peel. There's a lot of turn skipping that you can do if you get any mushrooms or superstars. I just love how the CPUs in this game tend to klutz on their own banana peels. Some of them do it as soon as they throw it, which is hilarious. That's mainly what I meant by saying that the CPUs in this game are kind of stupid. Definitely compared to other games in the Mario Kart franchise. I rampage with my fake item box. There. Could have messed that up like I did earlier while I was doing the bass recording. We're alright though. So there's the Flower Cup. Next, we'll do the Star Cup. Wario Stadium, which in this game is a very long one. Wario Stadium was never used in any retro Grand Prix or retro lineup until Mario Kart World. And I kind of feel like they shortened it a little bit in Mario Kart World. I mean, the original version on the Nintendo 64 is pretty long. You need to be extra careful while jumping across the little slopes, the hills. Because, if you're not careful around them, you can legitimately wreck while going across them. And I had to brake after hitting that wall to prevent a spin out, much like if you run over a banana peel while driving straight. Of course, all the later games, if you hit a banana peel, it doesn't give you a chance to cancel your spin out. So, yeah. I like to blade banana peels or fake item boxes at the tip of the ramp and see if any of the opponents drive over it and fall into the trench, making them lose all chance of them winning the race. Unfortunately, you're not going to see that in this recording. My laptop's struggling to record the video. That's what that is. Yeah. She clutched her own banana peel. Nice. Dang it. See what happened? You have to be very careful while going along the bumps. That goes for the end of Choco Mountain as well. Was that last minute lightning necessary? Then I hit the peel, and then I run right to the corner, losing all my momentum, and I could easily have lost the race for that reason. What's Wario doing here? And it said he was in third, now fourth place. Now that was a weird glitch. Alright, here's Sherbet Land. The track map on this course looks like a guy's face. It always did to me. That's still a lot better looking than what the map in Death Mountain Crater looks like. Dang it. I'll catch up. The penguins here can be very annoying. And if you fall into the water, it'll take longer to regain your speed than it would if you fall off anywhere else. So be careful not to do that. You can hop over little cracks in it if you want to get through certain turns a little faster. Gotta catch up to Peach. Dang it. She stole my item. Back in the lead. And she clutched her banana peel. Try to dodge this. Alright, that didn't go that bad. Next up, we got Peach Circuit, or Royal Raceway. And in this game, this one can be pretty annoying, because you can tumble down the hill and fall into the water easily. And that's gonna happen to me in this recording. I still win it, though. Be careful how you take off on this jump ramp. You wouldn't want to run to the hills, would you? Dang it. Peach dropped a banana peel right in front of me, and it forced me over the edge. And then Luigi does it as well, just then. You can take your banana peels and shove them where you got them, both of you. Since I have mushrooms, I think I'll try to skip this turn. That was a very risky move. Well, at least in this game, you have a chance to catch up to the opponents if you're not in the lead. In Mario Kart World, not really. Though it's also not like, ooh, Superstar. You can get ahead of the opponents and then you're pretty much set for the entire race. No, in this game they can catch up to you periodically. Partly because of the game's algorithm, I guess. Mario Kart 64 just works a little bit differently than the other modern ones do. Finally, in the Star Cup, we got Bowser's Castle, which is an extremely hard one. You gotta be smarter than the Thwomps if you want to survive. The number of Thwomps also differs depending on your engine level. And you gotta be careful not to fall off the bridge here as well. I need items here. I need items here. Pretty much have to hit the wall while making this turn. Nice place to have a banana peel. Real nice. I had to restart on this one more than once because elements on it were infuriating to me. And I would rather use save states than rewinding. So... So glad that's over. And now we have an even bigger challenge waiting for me in the Special Cup. So, let's go. Donkey Kong's Jungle Parkway. Nice little super jump. Wow. The grassy terrain doesn't slow you down all that much, so what they did instead is they have a coconut drop from the trees to ram you. And if you're playing, for a solo record, it does prevent you from saving ghost data. So... the paddle boat is a pretty nice touch. fact that you go right through the paddle boat during the jump is hilarious. A boo for a boo. Seriously. So takes care of the easy one. I struggled a bit on Yoshi Valley, and I struggled even more on Banshee Boardwalk. So. Alright, so here's Yoshi Valley. The complexity of this course with Nintendo 64 hardware limitations results in the game not displaying the position of each of the racers during the race until they cross the finish gate, which might annoy some people. Mario Kart 8 was obviously able to handle that factor better, so. This one's not that bad, though a beginner playing it might find it infuriating. Yeah, you're cool, Bowser. Just turn it invisible in front of me. I was in second place, and I got the lightning. Again. Like I said, in later Mario Karts, you can only get the lightning if you're in last place, so that's a bit trolly. And despite this huge lead, the other opponents are still going to catch up because of this game's algorithm. Wow. Hit a banana peel, that also doesn't help. I'm not saying Mario Kart 64 is an unfair game, because it's not at all. It's easier than some of the others. It's just how the CPU processing works for the enemy racers and stuff. Some people think the game cheats, we'll put it that way. Just not as much as Mario Kart World's Knockout Tour, which obviously cheats. And I thought Mario Kart Wii was hard. World, oh lord. Speaking of oh lord, Banshee Boardwalk. This is by far my least favorite course in this game. I hate Banshee Boardwalk so much. Metaphorically speaking, I always fall off on it. Because of the effed up turn you got right here without a railing, and how turning works in this game. And the CPU is also kind of unforgiving on it also. Therefore, I was disgusted to see it come back in Mario Kart DS, which I loved back in the day. And of course, it's not nearly as bad to deal with on Mario Kart DS as it is in this game. So. And I guess the fact that they littered the road with banana peels at random on some parts doesn't help. Alright, focus, focus. I'm decelerating. We got Toad trying to catch along. I did at least 6 consecutive resets during the recording just to get the first place on Banshee Boardwalk. It's that bad. So I'm glad I got that hell out of the way. And now we're dealing with heaven. Rainbow Road on the N64. This one rules. Although there is a star railing on both sides that prevents you from falling off, unless you pretty much jump off the jump to the left or right on purpose. This is the longest course in the game, and one of the longest, if not the longest in the series. And you also need to watch out for chain chomps. Normally I'm good at avoiding the chain chomps here. That was just a rare occurrence where I actually hit one, so I'm just gonna have to catch up. Lightning in 4th place. Nice. It's no wonder they turned it into a point-to-point in... Yeah, you're cool, Bowser. It's no wonder they turned Rainbow Road N64 into a point-to-point in Mario Kart 8, because of how long it is. And to be honest, I do prefer the original N64 music over the Mario Kart 8 remix, and the course itself as well. I like seeing all the neon lights depicting all the characters in the game. And the music is just super soothing. So. In some games, Rainbow Road is the longest and most tedious. No. In some games, Rainbow Road is the hardest, most tedious in the game. And this one, it's just the longest. Not really that hard. So, you know. Just the record that, apart from Mario's Circuit and Bowser's Castle, Rainbow Road is another customary inclusion. And it's always the final race of the Special Cup. Wow. Shell protection failure. Can't power slide. If you want a bonus tip, the chain chomps move on Rainbow Road in a zigzag pattern. So you can kind of depict where they're going to go next and dodge them a little easier. You always want to hop at the downward slope at the start, also. Take that, Toad. And there, I finished the game with this coming in first on the Rainbow Road. Again, the winner of a cup race is the racer with the most points, and you get more points the higher the position you come in. The player with the most points is the winner, and you can still get a silver trophy for second or a bronze trophy for third, by the way. Then the characters that come in the top 3 go to Peach's castle for an award ceremony, where a giant Cheep Cheep cops up the trophy for your character. I like how the 4th place character is just standing there. If you lose, your character drives away from the castle sad and gets blown up by a bomb. Even though in the actual game, if you come in, 5th or lower, you actually quit or reset the race, instead of living with what you came in, like in the later games. So, yeah. And now, staff credits.
Welcome to Mario Kart.
And this ending music, Victory Lap, is amazing. I love this music. And with that, wraps up my Mario Kart 64 Let's Play. Consider subscribing or at least checking out my channel if you like any of the franchises I have listed here, because I do play and talk about them a lot and want to keep doing so on my channel. I'm also a hobbyist artist with a pretty good freehand drawing art style that makes fan art of different characters and game franchises I like, and will occasionally come out with some Let's Plays of games, mostly retro games, that I have available on my Nintendo consoles. I have quite a bit planned for my channel, to be honest, so consider checking me out if you are interested. And with that, it's going to wrap up this Nintendo 64 Retro Let's Play. I am Crowster, Master of Ponage. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.